position?
I think some of the communication skills that I picked up leading to this, first and foremost, would be leadership communication. Started off my college career not really sure what being a leader looked like. I thought I had been kind of a leader in my high school, but when I came here, I was shocked to learn that there's a lot more that goes into it. So I've learned that you really need to work on organizing teams. You have to understand personality types so you can manage them better and people can work well with one another. And I think you also have to incorporate the idea of diversity within every community that you're managing. I know that in my time as an RA, I have had to work with very diverse groups of students that, coming from a rather small-ish area, I didn't have a lot of exposure to. So learning how to make everyone feel like they have a voice, make everyone feel represented, allowing them all to speak up, and also allowing myself to be a safe haven that they can communicate openly and honestly with me and with each other and feel like they're not going to be judged. And just kind of guiding them to a better path where they can accomplish their goals through, I like to follow a sort of gentle leadership style and mostly let people think that they're kind of, because they are doing it themselves rather than being heavily influenced by an authority figure that's kind of pushing them one way rather than just gently guiding them towards what they should be doing.
Absolutely. Uh, Molly, would you tell me about a time you failed?
I have failed, I would say a pretty large failure of mine would be this summer. I worked at Fireflower Pizza and Coffee Bar, which is a small restaurant in my hometown. I am a waitress and a barista there. And there was a time when we had a reservation of about 15 people come in. And I was the person who had taken the phone call. This was right after COVID had ended. And I had forgotten to write down the fact that there was 15. I had only written that there was a reservation at 7 o'clock for this group. And so the restaurant filled up pretty quickly. We had an unexpected rush, and all of a sudden we had 15 people in and only seating for 10. So I was caught in a little bit of a tight spot where my manager and all my coworkers were kind of looking at me like, how did you let this happen? Like, we didn't even know that this many people were coming in. And so what ended up happening was I was able to move people's tables, only 2 tables. I had to kind of maximize efficiency in moving people so that I'm not moving a bunch of groups because we're trying to make a dining experience for everybody, not just this 15. So I assured them that, they'd have a table very shortly. I apologized for the inconvenience. I owned up to it because that was genuinely my fault. And then I spoke with a couple of tables. They were luckily very willing to move and very gracious about it. And I was able to kind of combine a space where these people could all still sit together and enjoy their meal, as well as having every other customer still enjoy the aesthetic and the atmosphere and not feel like, oh my gosh, this restaurant doesn't know what they're doing.
So